And speaking of lies, you can't really talk about lies these days without talking about Arizona, right? That ballot audit that actually over the weekend reports came out and said, hey, it's drawing to a close. So, that'll be fun. I wonder if that'll be, coincide maybe with Mike Lindell's grand cyber symposium this week. But either way, an even bigger story came out this past weekend about the Arizona audit, and this one is truly disgusting. And it also is representative of what we've seen happen to officials all over the country since the 2020 election. A Republican member of Maricopa County's Board of Supervisors, a man by the name of Bill Gates, no, not that Bill Gates, but I'm sure that doesn't help with Republicans, he spoke with CNN over the weekend and he said this: unfortunately, the threats continue and they're not simply organic. They're being driven, unfortunately, by members of the Arizona State Senate and other Republicans across the country. We receive phone calls into our offices at the Board of Supervisors, our staff, saying that our families are going to be slaughtered and threatening us to stop standing up for the good elections workers of Maricopa County. So any Republican that dares to question the narrative of a stolen election in Arizona, any of them who dare defend the integrity of that election in Arizona, are getting death threats. We have actually seen this happening in Arizona since the audit started. And there was actually videos of the angry mob of Trumpsters, that came in there and wanted to get through, and they weren't allowed to be in there because it was a ballot audit, but we've seen those videos. Georgia election officials mentioned earlier this year, they were getting death threats. Even Raffensperger and his wife, the Republican Secretary of State and his wife, said they were getting death threats. It's happened in Pennsylvania. The death threats are coming from these crazed Trump cultists who genuinely believe that this election was stolen. So anybody who comes out and says the opposite must be the enemy. That must be somebody to be destroyed. And that is what they're threatening here, folks. That's where we've landed. That's where we've gotten. And it's sickening and it's disgusting. And unfortunately, the lies that are causing people to get this worked up are not ending. If anything, they're getting worse. And there has to come a day of reckoning. All of the abuse that these individuals are suffering, all of the death threats that they are getting, something eventually has to happen to the individuals getting people this worked up. To Trump himself, to Mike Lindell, to Sidney Powell and Lynn Wood. There has to be accountability for Rudy Giuliani, for anyone else out there spreading these lies. Accountability has to happen because people's lives are at stake now. And they're at stake because of the lies being pushed by these deranged individuals who refuse to accept the obvious, and that is the public rejected Donald Trump. Thank you for sitting here with me today. It's been an honor filling in for David Pakman these past 2 days. I will be back for 2 more days next week. In the meantime, you can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/fairandbalanced, youtube.com/theringofire, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, @fairandbalanced. Stay tuned for the bonus show. Got some great stuff coming up there for the members. Have a great day.